Jordan, Egypt, these countries are like barking dogs. Yes, this is exactly what I'm telling you. They did a huge lip service to the Ummah. They did a huge service to the Muslims by actually doing really nothing. Now, what I want you to understand here is that if you think about this, in April, when Israel, they violated Masjid al-Aqsa back in April, and that was April 9th. King Abdullah, he went to the media and he said, this is a red line. This is, if you guys do this, we're going to go to war with you. He was warning, he was threatening who? Israel, because this is his red line. You should not violate this. And then we have seen what Israel did throughout the whole year of this 2023 year. They violated one after another. So what happened is that Jordan, King Abdullah, he went on live TV one more time, and he went to this to Cairo for the peace summit, quote unquote peace summit. I do not know what kind of peace summit that is. And he started talking and he said, Israel, you are committing war crime, blah 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 blah. This is something we cannot accept. Flagrant violation of human right and this and that. And so this is the second time. So April, he said this is the red line. And now he's saying almost similar thing. Oh, this is war crime. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And he said this in Egypt, in Cairo. But here is the thing, guys. I want you to understand that none of these countries, Muslim countries, are doing nothing, because primarily these, according to many Muslims, they believe that these countries, these Muslim leaders, quote unquote Muslim leaders, are actually representative of the Zionist regime. These leaders, they are up to do no good to the Muslims. They are going to always bark like dogs, just like they did this time. I want to actually play this video. You can listen. You can hear for yourself what King Abdullah is saying.
I am outraged and grieved by those acts of violence waged against innocent civilians in Gaza, in the West Bank, and Israel. The relentless bombing campaign underway in Gaza, as we speak, is cruel and unconscionable on every level. It is collective punishment of a besieged and helpless people.
This is a very moving speech, I have to admit it. But the problem here is that this is just a speech. No action plan was taken. No direct red line was placed for Israel that we will take action if you violate, if you cross this red line. No action plan, no red line, no realistic solution to this problem other than barking at that summit by all of these Muslim leaders, so-called Muslim leaders. What does that do to us as Muslims? Well, it makes it very awkward for us, because non-Muslims in the Western countries especially, they ask this question and they are confused. They don't understand this protest. When Muslims go out and protest, they don't understand, because they ask this question and they're confused that why there are so many Muslim countries and yet Israel can do all of these atrocious things and can get away with. Like, how does even that make sense? The Westerners, the non-Muslims, they don't understand. So we Muslims feel this awkwardness. I myself, when I talk to my colleague at work or some other place, they ask this question, why you guys cannot fix this problem? Why you come out and protest like beggars? You're asking our government, UK government, US government to help you out. Why don't you go and fix it yourself? If you think that Israel is violating and they are a monster, which is true, by the way. So the Muslims, every time they protest, they do this, they face this kind of criticism from many Westerners. And on top of all of this, sometimes you have children as young as 6 years old get killed, get stabbed 26 times. Why are this happening is because we, the Muslims, especially our leaders, are not doing anything for us. It is becoming much, much worse. Now, I want to compare this leader with the rest of the Muslim leaders, and his name is Vladimir Putin. Putin, in 2001, when he met Bush, he said to Bush that, guys, You can do whatever you want, but do not come close to our border. This is our red line. If you come anywhere close to Russian border, we are going to be at war with you. Did he follow up with that statement? He did. This is why he invaded Ukraine. He lived up to his word. He said, I'm going to be doing it. If you come close, he did it. Whether Putin to you is a villain or a hero, I don't care, regardless. But he followed up with his word. He set a red line, in other words, for US and for the whole world. I mean, today, the entire world, the European countries, US, they're against Russia. But Russia is not scared of them. What about the Muslim leaders? Did they set any red line? Nope. Did they say, well, if you cross this or if you do this, we are going to attack you, or you will be at war with us, or that we will invade you? No, not a single word. There is no, in other words, action plan. Again, it is all lip service. Israel is committing war crime. Israel is violating Masjid al-Aqsa. Israel is doing this. Israel is doing that. My question to these Muslim leaders is this: where is the red line? When you will help the Muslim not feel this awkwardness and help the Ummah of Rasulullah, the Palestinian, with some military, with some weapon, not to attack other people, innocent people, but to defend themselves? When are you going to send this weapon? Well, the answer is never, because they, as I said in the beginning of this video, they themselves are the representative of the Zionist regime. They listen, their master is Israel. Their master is US. So if you are a Muslim hoping that things will change because of this kind of peace summit, then you need to really wake up. But nevertheless, I found this speech to be very, very moving from King Abdullah. He said something very, very moving. But again, this is just a speech, nothing more than that. Now, I want to play the speech a little bit more so that you can listen what he said.
Flagrant violations of international humanitarian law. It is a war crime.
Yeah, it's a war crime.
Our priorities today are clear and urgent.
What is that priority?
First, an immediate end to the war in Gaza, the protection of civilians, and the adoption of a unified position that indiscriminately condemns the targeting of all civilians in line with our shared values.
But they're doing it anyways.
International law.
And over and over and over again. They killed almost 4,000 Palestinians as of now, since this whole thing started last week. 4,000. And he's saying, this is what we should do.
Which loses all value.
Talks, just talks. Nothing more than that.
If it is implemented selectively. Second.
So guys, I'll leave it up to you. What do you think? Like, we do need, as I speak about the coming of the Imam Mahdi, we need a leader. We do need a leader. We need somebody who will not just talk the talk, but walk the talk. And we need a leader who will set the red line for Israel, for US, that you cannot cross this red line. If you do, then we will go to war, just like Russia did. This is exactly what I'm saying here. I mean, I myself, I do not want to see any violence. I want to see peace, but Muslims are suffering because we want to achieve peace. No, I'm not going to be bargaining that for this. We need Muslim life to be safe and secure, just like non-Muslims' life be safe and secure. We are asking for equal rights, not asking anything more than that. We need to stop Israel, and we need to stop these attacks on the people of Gaza in Palestine. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.